It's me. All right, welcome to the TOMA Nation Sunday Worship Service. I am your announcer today, Minister Omari Jahi Otten, and we again would like to welcome you to our TOMA Worship Service that's going to be live streamed every Sunday from 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. live on Facebook at our TOMA Nation Facebook page, TOMA Nation 2. That's TOMANATION 2. If you'd like to give us a call, if you have any questions or you like what you hear on today, you can give us a call at 708-730-4858. Again, that's 708-730-4858. At this time, we're going to recite our opening. In the name of the everlasting Father, he that causes all that exists to exist, he that is self-existent, he who directs the sunships of millions of years, and he who has made time the seed of the universe. Known among the ancient Kemites or Egyptians as Amun-Ra and Aten, among the Hebrews as Ansof, Yahweh, and Elohim, among the Christians as Lord God and Jehovah, and among the Muslim and Islamic world as Allah, the one God. Among the Rastafarians as Jah Rastafari. I bear witness that all these names refer to the same one Almighty God, and it's to him whom I give reverence and to whom I submit. I boldly proclaim that we, the descendants of those Black men and women who survived the transatlantic slave trade, are the lost 13th tribe, born here in North America and are of the Nubian Kemetic lineage. I further proclaim that blood of all the nations of the earth flow through our veins. I greet you in the ancient but yet holy words of peace of Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu alaikum, Habaragani, Alafia, and Ashe. Now, we would like to recite what we believe and know. 13 points. And point number 1 is, we believe and know that we are not to repeat the mistakes of the past prophets and messengers of the Almighty Creator of the heavens and earth. Point 2, we believe and know that we can only establish an economic base through the application of the knowledge of self and the incorporation of the ideologies of the Honorable Marcus Garvey, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Mahatma Gandhi, and Ben Ami. Point 3, we believe and know that the prophets and messengers of the Holy Bible, the Holy Quran, and the Kemetic holy books were all Black. Point number 4, we believe and know that Jesus Christ of 2,000 years was and is a Black man. Point number 5, we believe and know that the knowledge of the Almighty Creator goes beyond books written by the prophets and messengers of the Almighty Creator. Point number 6, We believe and know that in order to promote and coordinate unity, we must first recognize and accept the uniqueness of being able to worship our Creator regardless of religious denomination, name, title, ritual, particular dress, or holy book, as long as it recognizes the Almighty Creator of the heavens and the universe as supreme. Point number 7, we believe and know that it's impossible to tell the truth without exposing the wicked governments of the world. Point number 8, we believe and know that the United States government, in collaboration with other European nations, have a denial objective to exterminate dark-skinned people of color off the earth through the act of genocide. Point number 9, we believe and know that some of the most effective methods that are being used today are A, AIDS, B, birth control, C, alcohol and drug abuse, D, gang and domestic violence, E, systematic elimination of trauma centers, the public school system, and public aid within the Black communities of America and the world. Point number 10, we believe and know that the last trick that Satan is playing on us is the dividing of us by our religious differences, religious gangbanging. Point number 11, we believe and know that the conflict between the various religions are comparable to the conflict between the various street gangs within the inner cities of America. Point number 12, we believe and know that the war on drugs and gangs is a diabolical plot to disarm the Black community of weapons, break up the Black family, withdraw our constitutional rights, also kill and incarcerate young Black males under the undercover code name Abel 2029. And point 13, we believe and know that every letter, shape, sound, and numerical value contains esoteric information that completely transcends the specific contextual meaning of the word. And our purpose, to bring about the growth of a righteous community in accordance with the laws of the Creator of the universe under the leadership and guidance of Brother Minister Raheem Kassed Ott, to provide solutions to the social and economic ills that plague the community of urban America. Our goal, to re-educate and retrain youth and young adults to develop positive moral values as an alternative to delinquent behaviors, because you can't rebuild a community and not rebuild the minds of the residents of the community to meet the responsibilities of maintaining the community's image. And our mission, to enhance the economic development of our communities by establishing businesses, real and personal properties, thereby creating jobs and or entrepreneurship training programs that will reverse the concept of leaving the community to buying back the community. And our motto, let your light so shine before men that they shall see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Matthew 5, verse 16. Now, brothers and sisters, if we could ask you to raise your right fist as we recite our salute to the red, black, and green. Here's to this flag of mine, the red, black, and green. Hopes in its future bright, Africa has seen. Here's to the red of it, great nations shall know of it. In time to come, red blood shall flow of it. Historians shall write of it, this flag of mine. Here's to the black of it, 400 millions back of it, whose destinies depend on it, the red, black, and green of it, old flag of mine. Here's to the green of it, young men and women shall dream of it, face shots and shells for it, maidens shall sing of it, waving so high. Here's to the whole of it, colors bright and pole of it, pleased is my soul with it, regardless of what is told of it. Thanks to God for giving you this great flag of mine. Now, if you keep your right fist high in the air, we're going to sing our Black national anthem.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing
Black power, brothers and sisters, is the power to define, develop, and defend that which is in the best interest of Black people. So now at this time, brothers and sisters, I want to bring to you or introduce to you, some of you, our leader, teacher, and guide, the one that's going to give you a lecture on today, which is entitled, To Whom It May Concern. So please put your thinking caps on and welcome our leader, teacher, and guide, Brother Minister Raheem Kased Aten.
In the name of the everlasting Father, he that causes all that exists to exist, he that is self-existent, he who directs the sunships of millions and trillions of years, he who made time, the seat of the universe. He's known among ancient Kemites or Egyptians as Amun-Ra and Ati, among the Hebrews as Anso, Yahweh, and Elohim, among the Christians as Lord, God, and Jehovah, among the Muslims as Allah, the one God, among the Rastafarians as Jah, Rastafari, among the Yoruba tribe as Olodumare, Obatala, and many other Orisha gods. But I bear witness that all of those names refer to the same one, Almighty God. And it's to him whom I give reverence and to whom I submit. I boldly proclaim that we are those children of those Black men and women who survived the transatlantic slave trade. I'm boldly proclaiming that we are that lost 13 tribe born here in North America, and that we are of a Nubian Kemetic lineage. I further proclaim that the blood of all the nations of the world flow through our veins. I greet you all in the ancient, but yet holy words of peace, in the languages of our fathers, of Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu alaikum, Abaragani, Alafia, and Ashe. Welcome, welcome again to the TOMA Nation's worship service every Sunday. You heard from our actually co-founder, serving as announcer today, Omari Jahi Aten. Y'all give him a great virtual round of applause. We're coming to you live, YouTube and Facebook, and we're also on Zoom. There's so much going on in the world. But before I go there, because I want to go there so fast, but I'm going to take my time today. I've been doing this for 31 years now. Again, I am Brother Minister Raheem Kased Aten, founder of this great movement, along with the co-founder that you heard, Minister Omari Jahi Aten, and our First Lady, Sister Makita Aisha Aten. And we are the TOMA Nation, AKA Temple of Mercy Association, been around since 1990. And we've been addressing issues in our communities and warning our people after we did our investigation, and we would uncover things that are covered by going to the root of the problem, and then warn our people as we shed light on those things that are in the dark, and those people who are working all form of machinations and evils and diabolical plots against us as a people here in North America. That lost 13 tribe that I'm talking about, there is a lot of people, you all, I keep saying, who are benefiting, who are prospering, who are becoming wealthy off of our current condition. It doesn't matter too much who you are, because you got the main group who's prospering off our condition, who are paying some of our own people that they may have a upper middle class lifestyle as long as they do the bidding of that white group who is ruling over them. So this is where these terms come up, like Judas and agent in your movement and all of this type of stuff, what we call sellouts and things like that. And the TOMA nation tries its best not to continue to run and follow up against, every time they say, this is going on, then we run over there. This is going on, then we run over there. Then they throw something, a rock over there, and we run over there. We try not to follow that. And as you know right now, the main thing that's in our media is now about the gun violence and the mass murdering of our people. Now, that's like saying Corona's gone. They open up the city, it just disappeared. I won't forget that I went to more funerals and heard of more deaths of friends that I've known in all the days of my life. Last year, I never went to that many funerals. I've done many funerals, but the majority of them were people that I did not know. But the people that I was hearing about that were dying, that were people I knew that were musicians and friends and whatnot, those people, when it's people it's a little different. So, and it was over 15 or 20 people that I knew. And before Corona, I had never been to that many funerals or known of that many people or friends, personal people I know to have died. So I'm giving my personal testimony. And I'm telling you now, they're still dying. Just because the media does not focus on it does not mean it is not happening. You have to remain steadfast. And so I'm telling our brothers and sisters to continue to keep studying and learning about those vitamins and those minerals that you need to take to keep your immune system built up. Why? Because all our food is poison. And so most of us, because our food is not nutritionally sound, we are malnutrition. And if you are malnutrition, then your immune system is being forced, all right, to try to fight outside viruses and different things that come into our body, and bacteria and fungus. And so we're kind of overtaxing our immune system. So we have to take vitamin supplements, minerals, all right? Even though we still got to eat the vitamins and eat the food and eat all of that, but it's not nutritionally sound. Some of these pictures that you're seeing, these are some of the things that we in TOMA take in order that our immune system is properly being fed. And we do a lot of cleansing of our colon and detoxing our kidneys and detoxing our liver so that we might be able to sustain life right here on the planet while the enemies of our rise are continuing to throw all kinds of things at us from in our food, Monsanto Corporation, viruses and vaccines, and what else? My God, all the negative stuff on the television and on the computers and your phones and the negative music, and we're being hit from all sides, all levels, everywhere. Why? To keep us asleep. I want you to understand that something happened in the year 1832. And I don't think I have it, but I'm gonna look for it while I'm talking. And it was in Congress where a senator said this. And if I can find it, I'll just paraphrase it if I can't find it. But I need you to know that this is, when I say somebody's trying to kill us, and I'm going to the root of the problem to find out who it is, it's not that I'm not feeling it about our babies being killed and our parents continuing to go to the graveyard before their children. They don't go there. I mean, normally they go before the children, but now the children is going before the parents. And why? Because I have relatives that are victims of gun violence. I have relatives, personal relatives, victims of gun violence. And so this lecture goes out to whom it may concern. I'm not even, and my whole thing is, it doesn't matter now. You know, I'm not going to address it to a particular person. If you're concerned, then hear me out for this hour, that I might try to read to you and show you what's really going on. Now, yes, we got a lot of people on the battlefield doing so many things. Keep doing what you're doing. All of it is going to take now in order for us to fight back. But yes, don't knock the man or the woman who do their research. And a lot of that great research dealing with the gun violence, dealing with the viruses and the vaccines and whatnot is coming from the Nation of Islam. And just because they're Muslims, brothers and sisters, they black. And so their concern is black people. And they're constantly telling you who your enemy is. And you need to wake the hell up and listen. The preacher ain't telling. He's still giving you the devil with some red tights on and a pitchfork and horns on his head. We giving you the devil as he really is. And you don't want him. You don't want to accept that it's a group of people on this planet that's out to decimate black people. I found it. It says here, in 1832, Senator Henry Berry, in a speech at the House of Burgesses in Virginia, said, "We have as far as possible," this is 1832, "closed every avenue by which the light may enter the slave's mind. If we could extinguish his capacity to see the light, our work will be done. It will be complete. Then he would be on the level with the beasts of the fields with an S. And we, they said, should be safe." I'm saying there's a hidden hand behind this gun violence. And I'm saying that there's a flood of guns in the community. I'm not saying whether you should bear arms or not, but I'm saying that anything, when there's an over extreme amount of it, is not good for you. You eat too much, it's not good for you. Anything you overdo is not good for you. And so if someone flooded your community with guns, that's not good for the community. No flood is good. Water is good. But if it was a flood, what would happen? If you drink too much water, you get sick. So we have a flood of community, easy access, weapons of mass destruction flooding our neighborhoods. Now, yes, we're going to get angry. Yes, we're going to fight sometime because you're not going to stop the violence. You can curb it, you can reduce it, but until God's kingdom come on earth, violence will always be present. And so now let's look at this. People are dying. There's a flood. Do you get a bucket and just keep throwing water out? Is that gonna help the flood? All the stuff y'all been doing since 1990s, that's gonna help the flood? No, you go find out where the leak is and you plug the leak. Then you start getting rid of the water in the excess and letting it and getting rid of that. But if you keep putting a Band-Aid on a wound, they call it putting a Band-Aid on an axe wound. Putting a Band-Aid on a wound where a person got shot with an AK-47 bullet. That's not going to work. It is not working. And we went to sleep and thinking that because Corona came, wasn't no gun violence. Well, let me wake you up to something. Chicago ended 2020 with 769 homicides from gun violence. 769. You didn't hear that much about it though, did you? Because they was throwing Corona in your face. So I'm trying to tell you, yes, it was going on, just like COVID is still going on right now. Don't go to sleep, brothers and sisters. You were waking up in 2021, stay woke. You were waking up in 2020, stay woke. As we investigate and get to the root of where all this is coming from, and then put together a team of brothers and sisters who can sit together regardless of their religious or philosophical differences and start focusing on what's really going on and exposing and shining the light on the culprits who are responsible. You saw in one of the slides, Bill Gates, he's one of the culprits. It's mostly the billionaires who are funding these projects that are killing our people. Somebody must say, I know black people always want to take up for the next race. We don't never do that. They don't never do that for us. But what about for this group? What about for that group? Damn it, you dying the most. How about what about your group? And let them concern themselves with their group. They ain't coming to your funerals. They ain't coming to your baby's funerals. So sit the hell up and let's get together and get ourselves back on our feet economically, all the way around. There go all your billionaires, not all of them, but most of them. Owning radio stations, owning railroad lines, owning TV stations, owning most of the newspapers, owning your music studios, owning your music companies, owning you. And want to exterminate a certain amount of you, of us, on the planet because we are overpopulating and God already placed that which is on the bottom eventually rises to the top, a natural law. So I don't want to stay there because I want to bring this up again and just let you know that right here in Chicago, right now, okay, from January to April, we've had 80 homicides, 80 deaths. 80. That's a lot.
Assalamualaikum.
Total shot.
Hello. Minister. Bro.
Minister. Connect this here. This came from this. This came from a report off the it's called homicide map.
Minister.
Okay?
Africa minister.
So now I see everybody trying to do all kind of stuff. Keep throwing them off, brother Omari, because they don't want to hear this. So
yes.
So keep doing it. Keep muting them, Omari. Because if they can't wait till I finish, mute them. You gotta stay on this now. They don't want to hear this. And I don't care what you say, wait till I finish and then you can speak. But right now I'm giving statistics. And I've been doing this for 30 years. I do my research. Now do yours. I'm finna tell you who the culprit is. And if you want to help me fight them, then do so. If you don't, stay the hell out of and off of my Zoom or whatever else. If you ain't helping black people, all you doing is running your damn mouth, then go somewhere and sit down. And I don't care who you are, because you're rude.
I locked the meeting, sir. They can't get back in.
You want to talk to me? I ain't scared of you. You're going to get a phone number to call when we close out. I ain't scared of you. I will talk to you. I would tell you what I'm saying, and I stand on what I say, and been standing on it for 30 years. Now play with yourself, with all your crazy stuff you put on there. Again, in Chicago, since April 1st, it's been 80 homicides, 408 people wounded, and a total together of people shot 488 since January. 488, and a whole lot of mass killings. Now I'm going to stop because I ain't got that long to show where this is coming from. All right, but I'm going to do it right now. That's why I say to whom it may concern, based on what I'm talking about, not based on what somebody else want to talk about. Get your own platform. We over here in Chicago and all throughout the United States, where the Arabs, the Asians, the Indians, the Hindus taking money out of our communities every night, while they ain't scared of being shot. Why ain't none of them getting shot? And they come back every morning, not to bring us nothing, but to keep taking our money back to their communities. White corporate America do the same thing every day. Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Whole Foods, Save-A-Lot, Target. And while we're trying to get our own full service supermarket, we had a lot of them at one time, but they're gone. Why? Because it's somebody don't want us to prosper. Somebody. And if you want to talk about equal rights, dealing with these people I named, then we need the equal right to own and operate a Black business in their community. And we should get the full support of that community. Otherwise, I'm saying they need to get out of our community. That's equal rights. Meanwhile, the hidden hand is operating. I've charged the National Rifle Association with being responsible for flooding our community with these guns. I charged them. And I'm going to tell you why. What you heard me read from 1832, I'm telling you that today, it's some people got the same mentality. They don't like us. When Trump said, make America great again, he was talking about when Black people were a commodity. When Black people were sold on the stock market, just like tobacco, just like cotton. I'm telling you, we were a commodity. And that's why they had us as 3/5 of a human being, so that the rest of their unlearned white people will recognize that we are not human. And so don't feel bad. Don't feel no worse than you feel for a cow or a pig that we mistreat and abuse. They 3/5 of us. That's what the white man was convincing the majority of the white America. And white America bought into it. And white America today, most of them still, when they hear that history, they wake up and say, oh, I thought so. I thought that's how they are. Stop trying to gain favor with these people. Stop trying to kiss up to these people. Yes, they're here. They're all around us. But you should be trying and fighting hard to gain our own independence as a people. No matter what. Now, let's look at it since you don't want to believe it. I'm going to start from back and come forward. This is May the 3rd, 2013. At that time, this was the new National Rifle Association president. His name was at that time, or is, Jim Porter. He was an Alabama lawyer. I'm telling you, these racist people are your lawyers now, are your doctors, are your police officers, state police, city police, yes, your judges, yes. I'm telling you. All right. Now this brother, this white man rather, who was installed at that time, see, it was started in 1871, right here in New York State. It was started by some Yankee generals who didn't like the way my Southern boys had the ability to shoot. And what we call the War of Northern Aggression. All right? Now, y'all might call it the Civil War. See, it's the same war. But we called it the War of Northern Aggression. All right? Now understand that. This was when blacks from the North was fighting in the war to gain their freedom. And so they was fighting against the South. This is the North and South. Now this man is telling you today how they feel about this whole thing. And it says here that for starters, we learned that this man that's heading up the most effective lobby in America holds a grudge against the United States for putting him and his people on what he perceives to be the wrong side of the Civil War outcome. What was the outcome? The South lost. The residents of the South lost, and they angry. Who are they angry at? They were angry at black people who were freed because they won, because Lincoln said he would free them. He says the NRA's purpose should be to train us all in the use of military weapons for wars, both at home and abroad. All right? Listen to what I'm saying now. I'm not through. Now, yo, Jimmy Porter, yeah, there they go. They helped freedom. And Albert Pike, a Confederate general in the South, who became angry, who white nations consider him the father of nations, which is why I tell black nations to come out of that white Masonic crap, because you're sitting up there helping promote and push something stolen from blacks in ancient Kemet, and they trying to claim it as their own, and they hate you for being the real true people of Kemet. And you and they thing and won't teach your black brothers and sisters the truth about masonry. That's a shame. Albert Pike ain't my damn father. Here's what this man said. All right. He said, there he is, Albert Pike. And this is the NRA's father, and Jim Porter. He said, I will not, at that time now, in 2013, I think that Obama was the president. He said in his speech, I will not stand by and let some liberal elitists try to ruin what has made this country great. And then he said, especially a liberal of, then he slowed down and said, you know, a different breed. Who was he talking about? Obama. Called him a different breed. So they asked him to clarify his statement. He said, I don't have to clarify. You know God darn well what I mean. In fact, he said, it's only a matter of time, 2013, y'all. It's only a matter of time before we can own colored people again. They sure as hell won't be our leaders. It's all right embarrassing. The war of northern aggression made it all possible, and you be best to know it's all gonna change back. I'll be on the front lines making sure it happens. I don't want my grandkids growing up taking orders from a colored man. It's our God-given right to keep them as property and keep them in line. 2013. Now, if you have a bunch of guns and rifles and all, and you feel that, and you know that crime is high in the Black community. Back in the 90s, before those type of assault weapons that we have now, they didn't have them. They had 9mm, that's about it. But if you put those other guns in our hands, and we already angry, we already frustrated, we already ain't got a job. Social media and other media is already directing and guiding us as to how we should be in our relationships and how male and female should work with one another or even against one another. They're constantly dividing us on every level. And then when we have an argument because of the proliferation of guns in our community, all we got to do is get mad and reach to our right or left, and here's a gun, and bam. You can't shoot once, you shoot 3 or 4 times because it's an automatic weapon. So if you didn't really mean to hurt the person, it's too late, they dead. But you don't want to get at the culprit. You don't want to be the flood. You don't want to point the light in the dark at these witches that have come together for your demise. Now, you don't want to do that. This man said, we're going to have our God-given right to keep them as property and keep them in line. Lo and behold, here comes Trump talking about let's make America great again. Then those rednecks in the South got happy. The other article here says the NRA is more interested in selling the weapons than protecting their Second Amendment. Okay, selling them, not keeping them, selling them. Warren Buffett owning the rail cars, and those rail cars stopping somewhere in our community, and the rail car that got the guns in it, the lock is off, it's unlocked already, knowing already that there's always been theft in the rail cars. So they leave it open so that our brothers and sisters who are on the street and who are out there in the streets, when they go and make their little move to steal, now they got a load of weapons. Right here in my own neighborhood, they put a box similar to that one right there in the middle of the street at 5 a.m. in the morning, because the rail car system train runs past my way a block over from here right now. I'm just telling you the truth. A flood of assault weapons. And that's why I'm not calling the CIA on this. That's why I'm not calling the FBI in on this, because their track record with Black people ain't good. They've always been trying to kill us all. How about getting Homeland Security to deal with weapons of mass destruction, quick killing weapons of mass destruction, and then they should go and search out the people who we continue to allege is responsible for helping to sell them after they get into our community. Yes, and we're going to continue to allege, all right, until you start doing something about it. And we've been saying it, and we still saying it. Some of these Arabs and other nationalities in our community are growing and prospering handsomely. We're selling our brothers and sisters drugs. We're selling our brothers and sisters guns. Yes. And you don't want to investigate. Well, we're going to continue to allegate if you don't investigate. And when you investigate and you start your investigations, then I'll reduce my allegations. But right now, you're going to hear from me. And this is to whom it may concern. If it don't concern you, like I said, don't try to come on here. I'm reading truth. It says here, it is curious why an organization, talking about NRA, that boasts their advocacy for firearm safety and hunting was adamantly opposed to banning weapons created for the battlefield and not for duck hunting. Since then, the NRA actively promoted assault-style weapon ownership and spent no small sum of money paying congressional representatives for their votes to oppose any gun safety laws the NRA that considered a direct assault on the United States Constitution. Republicans are loath to acknowledge as the law of the land. Throughout the NRA's lobbying efforts to arm every man, woman, and child in America, reasonable Americans wondered if the NRA had an extrinsic reason for pushing the proliferation of assault weapons in a population, and if they were concealing a different intent from their stated reasons of protecting the people's right to defend their homes and shoot birds. Is there a different reason? You're damn right it is. Because they're still angry at Black people during the Civil War, helping the North ruin against them in the South. I'm telling you this, them redneck crackers, when they got up on the state capitol and showed all their assault weapons and all that they had, they wasn't doing that so we can arm up with ours and then wait on them. No, they let us arm up on ours so we can turn them in on us. Well, we got all kind of counselors and all trying to help Black people with anger management and life management 101, trying to hurry up and wake our brothers and sisters up so that when they get woke again, they'll be able to know what to do with the guns that they already have. Not turn them in on each other, but put them up until the real war starts. It's already started, but you ain't seeing it yet. Then they had a new president later on in 2015, Alan D. Kors, the new president, a lifelong hunter, competitive shooter with a passion for collecting World War II military vehicles. How can they collect all that stuff as civilians? Come on, y'all. He said, I'm humbled by the support of my fellow 5 million plus NRA members and 75 board members at a time when our country, 2015, at a time when our country is disillusioned with government and its leaders. The public's faith in the NRA has never been stronger. What do they say? Disillusion. Because all the black people coming up, all the black people being put in position. I told you they don't want you in their world, but you keep thinking they do. They don't want you in their world from state, city, federal, nowhere. They want you back in your place. And that's a sin. And that's a slave. And you want to believe it, keep believing it. And that's why we're in the condition we in, because we won't believe what people of God is telling them. Check it out. This guy, I'm gonna name another one right now, who he named as the first vice president. His name is Pete Brunel of Iowa, right? He served as NRA's second vice president. He's the current chairman of the National Association of Sporting Goods Wholesalers. What's sporting goods? Rifles, guns. An active member of the United States Army's Command and General Staff Foundation Board. And you want to get the United States National Guards to come in? And these people all inside of the military, these people all inside of politics, you're going to go to the same enemy to tell them about guns, and only because the people holding the guns is black and look like you, all you're doing is asking them to come kill your own damn family. Yes, we've been asking black men to get out here on the streets and wake up to our brothers and sisters and talk to them and share this information with them so that they can turn around and wake up and go in and think over this and read over the literature we give them and look at the videos we show them. I'm telling you. Hope I get time to read the other stuff. Here's the new president to make sure you don't, if you want to decide to fight them, it's a woman, an elderly woman, an 80-year-old woman, hear me, who's still angry herself, and all of them are angry. That black people who making free, who some have prospered in this country, are getting too close to running it again, to running the world again. Listen to what she said at a brunch. Now I'm in 2019. She said at a woman's club that the country is at a crossroads, arguing that it will prevail though if Donald Trump gets in, or else if the Democrats are triumphant, America as we've known it will vanish. Those are her words. She's the new president. America, she said, as we know it, will vanish. She says the NRA stands ready to ensure that our politicians remain in office. Did you hear that? So this is what you going to now? To deal with gun control? To deal with the violence that's happening in your community? They want you to come. They welcome you. They open their arms to give them the right to come and shoot your black brothers and sisters down. Wholesale. I think that's her. Meadows. Her name is Carolyn D. Meadows. She says, those who are the ones who defend our right, the politicians, to defend ourselves and our loved ones. She added, we will work to defeat those who want to disarm us and look down on us. They look down on us because we cling to our Bibles and our guns. We're not going to have it. Yes, those white Southern Christians are the ones who carry guns and try to tell you, been carrying them before the new gun laws. And are the ones who keep telling you about, keep your faith in God, believe in God, but they believe in the gun and they believe in the dollar bill. If they give you a God in the sky, blind by, a white God that don't look like you and tell you to serve him so we can continue to be servants on the higher level. But you don't see that. Yes, I'm talking about your Jesus. He's white Jesus. Yes, you Christians that are black who refuse to recognize if you want to believe in the Jesus, then he got to be black. I said he has to be black. You who should be ashamed of your Christian self to let a white Catholic man put up a black picture of Jesus and you still ain't woke the hell up yet. That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. The co-founder of this movement wrote this article. He's a journalist for us. It says, the founding fathers were deeply doubtful. I'm going way back now. Understand why they trying to kill us. They were deeply doubtful about pure democracy. They did not believe that the masses of American citizens should run the government. They painted America as being totally republican, meaning it is easier to control a few representatives than it is to control millions of American citizens. If the United States is the constitutional democratic republic, by definition alone, why would the nation's representatives call the government a democracy? The question must be raised, are the red, white, and blue of this nation's flag a representative of the constitutional republic, democracy, and its white Caucasian people for whom it was created? What is the reality surrounding the red states, the blue states? Yeah, we got that, our gangs got that, the red coats, the blue coats, and red states. Has the nation fully circled back to the Civil War, where the red coats were against the blue coats? Please keep in mind that America, or what was called the 16 colonies, was not the melting pot, 13 colonies, was not the melting pot of the world during this time. It was an all-white Caucasian settlement. Could this be what Trump meant when he said, let's make America great again? Since the Civil War, the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant were and still are the majority resident voters of the red southern states. Aha. Simultaneously, the blue northern states were occupied by liberal Caucasians who were believed to be under Jewish influence. Biden, Hillary, Rahm Emanuel, Jewish himself. This liberal mindset went totally against the steadfast white Anglo-Saxon Protestants' set way of thinking. The white Anglo-Saxon Protestants are people that belong to a white, upper middle class, Northern European Protestant group. This group has been known to dominate economic, political, and cultural activities. That's why they're at war with the Jews. These white Protestants are members of the Western Christian churches that broke away from the Roman Catholic Church. They follow the principles of Reformation. What are these Reformation principles? During the 16th century in Northern Europe, reformers like Martin Luther and John Calvin questioned the Catholic Church's authority to define Christian practice. They, the white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, were arguing for religious and political redistribution of power. The Reformation's basic idea was a call to absolve the church and believe that the Bible, not tradition, should be the sole source of spiritual authority. They showed you that who their God is, and they showed you that the Bible was their weapon. WASP, white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, migrated from parts of Britain, Ireland, Germany, and Scandinavia to America during the 17th and early 18th centuries. They were often referred to as the old immigrants, better known as pilgrims. Them the ones that killed all the Native Americans, y'all. White people. Eastern European Jews and Catholics then began to immigrate to the United States in large numbers after 1880. They were being pushed out of Europe because of overpopulation, poverty, and oppressive legislation. The Jews and Catholics believed in the prospect of financial and social advancement that they could be achieved here in America. The majority of the Jews that came over were merchants who established businesses, homes in the American colonial ports, slaves. As crude businessmen, they slowly began to implant themselves into the economic foundation of the colonies. To be clear, the rule and control of economics were and still are in those Jewish merchants' hands through generational wealth being passed down. Those merchants today are CEOs of Fortune 500 companies and major broadcasting networks. There's an old saying, he who pays the piper picks the song. What am I saying? I'm saying the Southern crackers are against us and want to kill us. And I am saying that the Jews are putting on us the same thing that Hitler put on them and trying to kill us. Yes, all in all, place them together, they both have a common enemy. You and I, black man, black woman, and they come together to do everything I said they doing to us at the beginning of this lecture. Meanwhile, continue to fight with each other to keep America, to keep the world in their grasp. Yes, white America don't want you in this position. They don't want you to be on equal footing with them. And so whatever way they can wipe us out and reduce our population through using homosexuality as a weapon, through using weapons of mass destruction, flooding our communities with it as a weapon, through genetically modified foods and malnutrition food that we're eating at Food for Less and Save a Lot. Oh, whatever way. Keeping doctors wealthy on us running to them because we stand sick. Go back to the beginning of this lecture and pick up those things I've told you that you need to keep your immune system up and running and keep your mind clear so that you can see what's really happening to us. And I still say, if you want to write a letter, communities and all should put together a letterhead with all of their names on it and send that letter to the NRA and to whoever your governor is and to whoever your mayor is and expose that NRA for what they're doing to the Black community, along with the police union and the police fraternal order, the fraternal order of police. Yes, I exposed you, but our people ain't gonna believe it, so you probably still say. But I told you, because my father is the only one who can take me out. I leave you as I greeted you. In the ancient but holy words of peace, in the languages of our fathers, of Hotel, Shalom, Assalamu alaikum, Baragani, Alafia, and Ashe. Peace, peace.
All right, family. You have just participated and witnessed our Sunday worship lecture service given by Minister Raheem Kased Atten, entitled To Whom It May Concern. If you'd like to support the TOMA Nation, you can donate to us or send us a donation at our Cash App sign, TOMA Nation. That's the Cash App sign, TOMA, T-O-M-A, Nation, N-A-T-I-O-M. Or you can call us at 708-730-4858. Again, that's 708-730-4858. We thank you for being participants and being a witness to the truth that's being delivered on today. We hope you open your minds and your ears to receive the message on today. And if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can send us an email at the Temple of Mercy Association at gmail.com. God bless. We'll see you next Sunday.